In this bonus episode, y'all, after I finished my episode with Melanie, we just started talking about how we got to where we are. So in this episode, you're going to hear how the kickback came to be. You're going to hear about pivoting and aspirations for the future. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this because a lot of people that I know, we are all at pivotal moments in our careers where we're trying to decide where do we go next that we can really move in purpose and do the work that we know and feel like we are called to do. So check out this bonus. So I did a School of Style training in New York, and I was like, oh, a lot of opportunities when School of Style was sending those emails out were coming from LA, and I was like, I think I want to do more like red carpet, celebrity type of stuff because I was working with like one or two clients here. And so my boss, I had started applying for jobs out there. I flew out to Pasadena to try to get a contract job in Pasadena. It wasn't going to pay nearly as much as what I was making, but I was like, I was determined. I'm going to LA. That's what I'm doing. And so I told her one day, I was like, oh, by the way, you might be getting a call about references. So once they heard that, she was like, let me talk to Marvin really quick. So they allowed me to go out to the regional office in California.
Okay.
I just had to pay my way to get there.
Okay.
But they were like, you can stay on the team. You keep your same workload. You just literally have a different duty station. And I was like, you ain't got to tell me what I want.
Yeah.
So I called my mom. She was like, well, this is what you wanted. And so my boss let me pick my start date so I could plan out we had this conversation maybe April, May. So I was like, okay, September. I stayed with my friend's aunt who lived in Huntington Beach for the first 30 days because she was like, you're going to need time to find an apartment. You can't find an apartment from Maryland to try to, no. So I stayed with her for 30 days. I was looking for an apartment, found an apartment. You know, my mom and I are going back and forth looking at stuff online. She's helping me. Cool. Get out there. The stylist that I know that was in DC, he lived out there, and I messaged him like, hey, I'm out here if you ever need an assistant. Just so you know, I have a full-time job, though. So I worked with him like maybe once a month. Through him, I got to do some, my own jobs. And then I got referred. And that's when I had that childhood actress as a client. Like, she was my main client up until COVID. COVID happens. And then we're just like, okay, well, I guess I'll try to do the virtual thing. So I'm taking like these online courses, how to get clients virtually. It was fine. I started doing like YouTube. I literally would have my phone in a ring light and I was recording these YouTube videos. I started getting more.
I remember.
I was like doing these videos on LinkedIn. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be the stylist. But it wasn't really pulling in clients. Okay. Like I had all these marketing efforts, but it wasn't getting me clients like I see everyone else getting clients. And one of the conversations I was having with my friend toward the end of 2020, because she and I talk it was me and Kristen, we talk like almost every day. I was just like, I feel like I gotta be doing more than styling. Like, I feel like there's more to my purpose than just this. And then I remember in 2021, I watched a sermon, and the sermon was about sacrifice. And, like, would you be willing to give up? Like, what are you willing to sacrifice? Like, and I was like, oh, I wonder if styling is my sacrifice. Like, if I need to give that up. Not thinking I'm actually going to give it up.
Yeah.
Girl, I woke up one day, and I was like, I don't have a desire to record a video. I don't have a desire to go online and talk about fashion and stuff. Because I was even doing the little outfits, like work from home outfits.
Yeah, you
like,
did. I remember all
I had
that.
the little reels. I was like, you wear these. I was like, if you're going to wear leggings at home, there are 3 ways you can wear them to be stylish. And people are like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so we don't have to look like a bum every day. I didn't want to do nothing styling related. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just fatigued. I've been in my apartment by myself for a year.
Yeah.
You know, I had gone home for a little bit, came back. That feeling has not gone away since that day. Okay. Then I came home June or July of 2021, and the guy that I was assisting, he was like, are you still at home or are you back in LA? And I was like, no, I'm still here. And he was like, what's going on with styling? I was like, oh, I'm taking a break. And he was like, I knew you were done. He's like, you didn't say it at the time, but he was like, I knew you were done. So then by the time I went back in July, I went back to pack up my apartment, run out my lease. And I was like, because if I'm not styling, I don't need to have a reason to stay out there.
Yeah. So how long were you in LA?
Technically 4 years.
Oh, wow. You were there for that long?
A year and a half was COVID.
Okay. Well, that's true.
But technically 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember because my parents and I used to do Zoom during COVID, and I told them, I was like, I don't think I'm doing styling anymore. And if I'm not doing styling anymore, I'm moving back to Maryland. Yeah. They were like, oh. Yeah. I was like, yeah. Okay. Because when I was there, it was fine being there, but I never felt fully grounded. Okay. Because I went out there like, yeah, this is what I want to do. But to me, what I realized is how important community is. Yeah. And like, I know people there, and I had 1 or 2 friends there, but I didn't feel grounded in like, this is my people, this is my place. Because I always said, like, if I could bring everyone I know here to move to California, I'd be living my best life. I was like 20 minutes from the beach, 25 minutes from the beach, go to the beach by myself. Most of the days during the day, it's in the 70s. It gets cold at night, but like, you could live fall, spring, summer, fall weather pretty much every day. I'm like, if all my people lived out there,
be set.
It would be set. It's technically a blue state. LA is very blue. Like, I could be by the beach. I could be with my people. But being there, and it's just like, it's not, if I'm not doing that, then it's like, what's the point of being there?
Yeah.
And so God was like, yep, that's over. And it was shocking to most people because I literally moved there for that.
Yeah.
I chased that for 10 years.
For knowing like when it was time to end a chapter.
And this is how you know it was, because once I decided I was taking a break, I got like 3 different opportunities. And I was like, word. And one of them, I had worked with the company the year before, and I was like, oh, that's a good $2,000 to $3,000 I can make before I come home. But I didn't take it because I also knew, I was like, if I take that, I'm gonna be upset that I took it and be in a funk that I took it when I should be packing, taking my time, prepping to go home, because it was gonna be like in August. And I gave myself 2 months to like pack up stuff. I'm like, I already knew. I was like, if I take the job, I'm gonna be mad that I took it, and being in my feelings and thinking I could be like packing and doing other things and doing this job. But it would have been a good $3,000 to take before I came home.
So was that also, because I remember when you wrote a blog? Yeah. The Diva State of Mind? Yeah. And so was that when did you switch from that to the Kickback?
Kickback started now 3 years ago. Okay. So the Diva State of Mind ended 2016. Okay. Because I was doing the blog as like a general, I had no direction with the blog. It was just like, literally the blog was like, I write about what I want to write about. Because I would see some old posts, I'm like, oh, I wrote about that? And I put it online? This is how you know you're in your 20s. Like, why are you talking about dating and stuff? Like, why would we put this out here? I would never post this now. Y'all didn't know my business. Exactly. Because my mom would get on me. She'd be like, I get, but you share a little too much sometimes online. Like, because I'm a good writer. Yeah. So, like, I was never the person, like, let's be on camera. But I'll write. Yeah. I can write some feelings. Okay. I can write. No, so I did that first. It was Diva State of Mind, which was a general blog. Because I remember in 2012, we had the 3-year anniversary, which had a good turnout for that one. And then it started slowly switching to fashion content. Okay. And then I turned that into like a styling site. Okay. And then when I moved to California, then I had like CarrieHenderson.com, which was a styling site. But when I came back in 2022, I was like, Lord, now that I'm back, what are we doing? Because I'm very much like, type A, I need to know where we're going, when my bags need to be packed, how we going to get there, what time I need to be ready. Yeah. And he was just like, okay, well, you're back in Maryland. And I'm like, okay, but what are we doing?
What's next? Yeah.
So all of 2022, it was just be outside with my friends, hang out with people. I was doing consulting for done dissertation, do that and go to your job and like not worry about anything else. And then a friend of mine, she was doing a newsletter for her site, and so she would send me some templates and stuff. And I was like, well, I'm like, maybe I could do a newsletter, because I'm very big on like, let me share information. I'm very much like, if I know something, I want people to know the information they need. Do what you need to do with it, but I want you to be informed. So then I just like, hey guys. So yeah, my email list, I told them, I was like, so y'all know, styling's over. If you want to stick around to see what happens next.
I remember all of this. Yeah.
They were like, because I think somebody emailed me, they're like, oh my gosh, like, that's so brave of you. Like, I'm staying around to see what happens next. I wish you best on your journey. Yeah. And so I was like, y'all, because in my mind, I'm like, I have a list of like 300 something people or 200 to 300 people. I'm like, and a lot of you all have followed me throughout the entire journey. I'm like, I don't want to just not communicate with people that have been following me. So I remember I sent that email, and then I was like, well, I guess I'll do a newsletter. I was like, we're going to try this out, y'all, and see what happens. And now
I'm like, what's she talking about this month? Right? What do I need to know? What book do I need to read?
So now I'm just like, ideally, I want it to be more than once a month, because sometimes I'd be like, stuff happens, but then I got to wait 3 more weeks before I can like put in the newsletter. So I'm thinking I may try to do like twice a month. It's just a heavy lift between this, that, and my job. But but I also...
But then you also do like your this and like your TikToks and all that other stuff. So.
Yeah, but I also feel like I just need to I need to like set myself up to do other things. So if that means I have to do it more frequently, because like there's about to be the economic blackout. I need to do it. I need to send a newsletter out about that, and like, hey y'all, just so y'all know, we're not buying anything on February 28th. Yeah. If we are, it's small and it's black, but that's it. Yeah. But I don't want to wait till after that moment passes when you need to be knowing about it now, in case you didn't hear about it, because everyone's not on social, and that's where most people are talking about it. And so I have to learn this year I have to figure out how to discipline myself, because basically I'm positioning myself to be a publisher and a host, but Ideally, I'm like, if you were to ask me like what I want to do, it would be this, and to figure out some type of way to help small
community,
in community, whether it's consulting, whether it's working, for a national chamber of commerce or organizations that support other businesses. But I'm very big on like, I would be that person probably if I was born in that time, be up and down Black Wall Street, like y'all, like I would be all up in there. This is where we need to be. I'm very much like.
You can do it, and I can tell you're very passionate about it, and you can make this happen.
Yeah.
So
that's where we're at.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It all comes full circle because I was like, I used to be a blogger. Now
and look at you coming back.
Like now I have a newsletter. Like all of it's coming full circle. That's how I felt
when I started my newsletter. Like newsletter was part of what I did in corporate, and I hated it. I hated it. But I'm like, well, like you said, everybody's not on social, but my active seniors, they stay in their email.
And I'm like, and I was telling my friends, I was like, honestly, I just need to lean in what I'm passionate about, and it's more about the platform of the newsletter.
Yeah.
I'm like, marketing is cool. I'll give advice. I was like, but I really am passionate about that and being a publisher and a host. If you enjoyed this episode, drop a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to the Kickback with Carrie newsletter.